Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to be diving into a Monday Night Football showdown slate. We have the Baltimore Ravens looking like one of the best teams in the league right now, going to LA and playing against this Rams team who has a very explosive offense but has definitely been slumping recently. So hopefully it is a very interesting showdown slate. It's a lot similar to last night's, though, with the Niners and the Packers. We have a lot of these high-priced guys. It's going to be very hard to fit in everybody. It's impossible to fit in everybody, but it's a very interesting night in terms of getting the correct captain, I guess, is kind of the key to this. Once you get that correct captain play, like last night, we were all over Kittle, and we did get George Kittle, and that worked out very well. But this is another night where if you get that captain right and you nail the captain, you're going to crush this slate tonight. So we're going to dive right into this one. If you have not already, please do leave a like on this video. I greatly appreciate your support, as always. And if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns for me, please leave them in the comment section below. I'm happy to give y'all advice when I can, but let's jump right into this. Starting off here at the top of the salary, I think only Christian McCaffrey and Patrick Mahomes have ever been this high priced at captain, or maybe even the closest to this. This might be the highest priced captain I think I've ever seen. I'm not positive. CMC and Mahomes might have been up there as well, but regardless, Lamar Jackson, the front runner for the MVP candidate this year, for the MVP race, he's an absolute machine. And when you're getting rushing yards like this out of your quarterback, especially with the rushing touchdown upside that he does have, it's hard not to warrant some captain consideration for him. I think Lamar Jackson is the play in cash at captain for me. And then I think I'm going to want to go Cooper Kupp, and then let's see what else we can do, though. There is some low-hanging fruit down here for cash games that I'm okay with. I'm okay with playing like Hayden Hurst, who's caught a ball, I believe, every single game this year. He's been targeted 2 times on average more than 2 times, but he's caught a ball every game this year. If we play him with a punt play at 800, it's going to allow us to get back up to some more of these studs. We could go with Justin Tucker or Greg Zuerlein. I'm okay with either. That's going to leave us 7,500 average for the remaining players. I'm okay with whoever you think has the highest floor. For me, I would probably end up just snagging like somebody like Brandon Cooks and then trying to get back up to Jared Goff, something like that. So that's where I would probably end up leaning for cash. But for tournaments, I think that you can actually still play Lamar at captain in tournaments and differentiate yourself elsewhere by playing somebody like Mark Ingram below him. Maybe fade Cooper Kupp. Go with Mark Andrews. Just go super Rams heavy here. Ravens heavy here. Something like this could definitely separate you from the field. I'm okay with doing anything you think can make you a little bit different tonight. And the reason that I wanted to bring up that Lamar Jackson as a captain play in GPPs, the reason I think it's viable is because I think that he might be the best play on the slate. I don't see how that's not a thought that goes through everybody's mind. If Lamar Jackson goes for 100+ tonight and runs at least 1 touchdown in, 100+ rushing yards and a touchdown ran in by your quarterback in your captain spot, it's going to pay off. So that's something that I do want to mention. But because of how common I expect that to be, guys like Cooper Kupp, we might be able to catch it pretty low ownership and a decent matchup. So I definitely am not going to be hesitant to play Cooper Kupp in most of my lineups tonight. Any of these Rams receivers, we all know they have solid upside. They honestly all have ridiculous ceilings. For me at captain, in GPPs, I would lean towards Cooper Kupp more than anybody. I'm okay with Cooks and Woods again, though. I'm okay with either. For me, it's going to be Cooper Kupp and Mark Ingram. If it's not Lamar Jackson, it's going to be one of these 2 guys. I think this is a slate where we can steal Mark Ingram at extremely low ownership when he has a ridiculous ceiling. We've seen like 1 solid ceiling game out of him and a couple other powerful performances, though. He had 23 last week, and we saw that 140-point game, 26 in week 1 against Miami. But those were both against really bad running defenses. That was against Miami and Kansas City, I believe. And those are just not good rush defenses. We saw him do well against Houston last week, who got exposed by Jonathan Williams on Thursday Night Football. He performs well when he's expected to perform well. The Rams are sort of middle of the pack in terms of rush DVOA. I'm definitely going to like Mark Ingram, though, because of his upside at probably very low ownership. I don't expect a lot of people to captain Mark Ingram at 15.3K because he doesn't have the safest floor. We've seen him get 6 points and 9 points. I'm okay with playing Mark Ingram as a GPP play. If he does have a monster game and you catch him at 5 or 6% owned, he probably is going to end up a little higher than that. But regardless, if he does fall to that 5% owned range at captain, you're going to be so well off. You're already in the top 5% of the field. And then if you were to play somebody like Lamar Jackson below, I have no issue with it because they are both essentially running backs. Lamar Jackson obviously is throwing. Mark Ingram had 2 receiving touchdowns last week. If he does that again, you're going to be crushing it. You are so far ahead of the field, it's not even funny. I'm okay with now going with a guy like Mark Andrews, maybe one of more of Lamar's pass catchers like Andrews. I don't think you have to. I think you can play Hollywood Brown, who we know has a high ceiling but has been hit or miss pretty much all season since that 1 week 1 boomer. I'm okay with either. I think that you don't have to play one, but I'm okay with playing either. If we were to take somebody like Hollywood Brown here, I still think that we might be able to get Cooper Kupp. No, we can't. That sucks. I was going to say we can come down and punt with somebody again here like Hayden Hurst. I think Hayden Hurst warrants a lot of consideration just because of he's caught a ball every single game. He gets targeted on average more than 2 times every single game. So I'm okay with taking a punt like that. And then we can come back up here and we could try to get some Rams. We could go with Greg Zuerlein, who's going to be a field goal machine maybe tonight. And then we can go with Robert Woods, Brandon Cooks. We could play naked Jared Goff. Just after last night, I played a naked Aaron Rodgers instead of just playing Devontae Adams, and it cost me quite a bit of money. So I'm not really looking to play a naked Rams QB here. Unless all they're doing is scoring field goals and Goff scores more points than these guys, then unless that happens, it's not really going to pay off. So I think I would probably lean towards somebody like Robert Woods. Leave that $1,500 salary on the table. I'm absolutely fine with that. But that's how I plan on approaching this slate. I don't really plan on having too much exposure to Todd Gurley. This Rams defense, the Ravens defense has been playing very well. I'm not really looking at Todd Gurley too much. I think this is going to be a game script that's going to favor the Ravens. They're going to be leading most of the time, which is going to force Goff to air it out. I'm okay with Woods and Cooks. I think they make sense here. I'm just really hoping in a lineup like this that Marquise Brown gets going early. We could go up to Mark Andrews and still get Woods and Cooks. Something like that is absolutely fine with me. So I will leave you guys with that. I do need to get going, but I will be live before lock tonight. I'll be live right around 7:15, 7:30, all the way up until kickoff. I've been doing this for all the primetime games, and it's very, very fun. If you guys do have any last-minute questions, do you prefer this guy or this guy for my last spot in my lineup? Things like that. The streams have been awesome. The link is in the description below. Make sure you go check that out. Drop a follow over there, and you'll get notified when I go live in case you forget and did want to come out. It's going to be a great game tonight. So good luck to everybody playing this Showdown slate, and I hope to see you guys out at the live stream later.